I'm Doug Doyle with the art of the story. Kleztronica, predominantly computer-generated versions of klezmer music, is now a scene in Queens. WBGO's John Kalish has more.
The use of sampling in klezmer music goes back 30 years. Trumpeter Frank London used it for the soundtrack of a 1993 documentary titled The Schwitz. Clarinetist David Krakauer used samples on his 1995 Klezmer Madness album. His friend and keyboard player Anthony Coleman came up with the samples for that project.
The technical level that we worked with in the 90s was nothing compared to what you have if you're working with sampling now. There's no comparison. We had to work with such limited memory and all that. Now you have all these things at the tip of your finger. So now that it's so simple, now what are you doing with it?
We'll answer Coleman's question in a moment, but first we're going to hear from the Montreal-based musician Josh Dolgan, who's also known as So-Called. So-Called has been referred to as the godfather of klezmer hip-hop.
The thing I'm most surprised about is that it didn't happen more after I did it. Nobody picked up the gauntlet, really, until now. So now it feels like I got this new generation, and they maybe do have the tools and the literacy of the old music and new types of dance music to be making this new Kleztronica scene that is actually turning out to be a bit of a scene.
So-Called is referring to the new movement spearheaded by a 22-year-old grad student named Kaya Berman Peters. Like So-Called, Berman Peters plays the accordion. She also plays in a klezmer band that isn't all electronic. Her sampler, the Roland SP404 Mark II, has more than 100 times the memory of So-Called's relic. She's only been playing her sampler for a year.
It reminds me a lot of playing the accordion. The accordion is very counterintuitive. With the left hand, you're moving up and down the frame of the instrument with changes in pitch that are very unexpected. And this is a little bit like that because you have different sounds on each pad. I got very used to figuring out these different buttons, memorizing buttons, getting the feel of buttons under my fingers, and I use a lot of those skills here.
I'm John Kalish.
Oi, 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 bells.
Yeah! Yeah!
You can hear John's entire report at WBGO.org/journal. I'm Doug Doyle, WBGO News.